Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early to mid August 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Scorpio collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for Scorpio gang in early to mid August? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? Yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio gang. Let's get this first card out. What's the vibe? What's the energy? What do you got for us, my guides? Let's get nice and quick. Ask and you shall receive choices. Okay. It's a pretty simple, straightforward type of card here. Now, I think I saw for one other zodiac sign this week. Yeah, it could be a card of decisions, but I feel like there's more going on underneath the surface than what it seems. That's something I'm picking up here too, where there's a lot more complexity and moving parts. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk about it. So just to mention again that I do like to read this specific deck more intuitively. So we see her, she's sitting there chilling. It looks like she's very deep in thought. And the text does say choices. So maybe some of you are at a crossroads. That could easily be it, where it's like, okay, I could either do this or I could do that. I'm weighing things, I'm weighing a situation, I'm weighing options in my head. That could be the simple, straightforward message I'm picking up here. But to me, the card looks so simple that it's not. That's how it feels intuitively to me, where it's like, okay, this looks pretty chill, looks like nothing's really happening, but I feel like under the surface, there's a really strong intensity. So just know this time that classic Scorpio passion and inner, I don't want to say chaos, but that inner powerful energy that all Scorpios have. And, you know, I'm part of the collective myself. That could be on full display, but it's like I'm keeping it in. There could be situations that look simple on the surface, but there's a lot more complexity to it as well. So this could go for any situation where it's like, okay, usually that would be cut and dry, but there's a lot of factors. I feel like I could keep talking about this card. I feel like there's like 10 minutes more worth of information we could pull, and that just goes to show you how complex it is. So whether it's complex situations or feelings, all of the above, um, someone that is just very deep in the mind, very deep in the tank. Let's just put it over there for now because I don't want it to derail us. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang. What do you got for us, my guides? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Someone felt a little bit grumpy last week. The reading was titled They Are Mad. Now, again, I'm not saying it was you. I'm not saying you were flying off the handle or you were upset about something. Could have easily been somebody else. But the reading did come through and present itself as pretty aggressive to me, where it's like it felt off, it felt aggressive, more aggressive than it normally would. So, yeah, someone was in a very peculiar energy. So just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Scorpio gang. I mean, I'm used to intense energies for Scorpio. There we go. We got the moon, the MVP of the whole zodiac this week. It seems like every other sign is getting the moon here. Okay. I mean, not bad in a Scorpio reading, I'll say that. But it is the biggest mysterious card. Are you keeping something mysterious, my friends? Okay. 3 Pentacles, groups, people. All right. We'll have to see about that. That could be work and career, business. Let's get one more. Yeah, if you're big work focus, that could be showing up heavily, heavily. Strength, temptation. Okay. Yeah, so just like I was predicting, we're probably going to have a very complex reading because the energies are still presenting as complex. That's just how it feels. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, most of the energy feels pretty agreeable to Scorpio, right? Because I always look at the elements first. We have big water energy, Scorpio power element. We have earth. That's a very agreeable energy to Scorpio. And we do have some fire, which classically people say water and fire don't mix. But I feel like Scorpio kind of understands fire signs. So I feel like all of it, it's balanced equally. That's at least how it looks here. But there's like mystery, then there's like a group dynamic, and then there's like this temptation potentially here on the back end. So I feel like this reading is going to get more complex as we move along. So just only take what hits for you, of course. But we're going to have, I mean, especially with the two major arcana here, very, very powerful, yet inconspicuous. That's the thing. The moon and strength are very powerful, but it's like they don't look so powerful. So, like, there's more than meets the eye. Like with the first card we had, and in a lot of this spread too, it's like there's a deeper level, there's a deeper layer. Um, let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we are starting with the moon. So Pisces energy, some people also link it to Cancer. So again, very comfortable, agreeable type of energy for Scorpio. Now, it is usually very subtle, right? Or at least it doesn't present itself as loud as strength. This is energy that kind of plays in the background. It's energy that plays underneath cover, so to speak. And that's what I always say. It's the biggest card of mystery in the whole entire deck. If you're the type of person where, and a lot of Scorpios are, even if you don't realize you are, if you're sensitive to energy, whether it's places you're at, other people, people you're connected to, that could be heightened when the moon is here. Your intuition could be heightened. Watch your dreams in this time as well when the moon is in the mix. It's usually loving and caring at the same time. It's not all mystery and scary type of vibes. But I will say this, there is a downside to it where it can be secretive, right? It could be an energy that purposely obscures things. There could be an energy that purposely hides stuff. Yes, it could just be hidden, unexpected, surprising type of stuff, which shows up a lot in Scorpio readings, unfortunately, but it's here. So we will go with the flow and see what's going on. Now, moving to the middle, maybe there's something you're not quite seeing. There could be an angle or something that hasn't presented itself because we do have the Three of Pentacles. Usually, this is one of the big cards of work, career, the things we do to earn money or things that we do to preoccupy ourselves, the things that we put effort into. And notice you see the three people, they're standing around, they're building together. This is a huge card of group dynamics. Okay, so sure, we could just be looking at work and career for a lot of you, but for some of you, we could be looking at your extended circle or the people that surround you, whether that's through work or other areas of life. Usually, when I see this, it feels like support, it feels like help. It's very creative and artisanal. But the downside of the Three of Pentacles, it could be too many bosses, right? Or people that like everyone wants their own way, or people in a group that are not working it well together, not so agreeable, like what I was seeing earlier in the reading. So when I see this, it could be great group dynamics, or it could be even one particular person that's like a thorn in the side, or like too many people trying to control a narrative. Like I feel like there's too many chefs in the kitchen. That's one of the things that this could be. So we'll look at it further. Again, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. I'm just trying to give you the full picture of how the energy goes. Now, moving to the back end is, I think, what we might have to keep the most eye on as we move forward. We have strength. Now, we see this angelic figure. She's wrestling that lion. To me, this is a card of internal strength, like who you are as a person, what your character says about you. It's a card of determination. It's a card that says, I can't quit. I won't quit. I'm determined to keep pushing. Those are big Scorpio traits. Again, I mean, some of you might be connected to Leo with this card, but both of those signs share the magnetism and the determination. Strength, I see it. I think of tests as well when we look at the downside of it. Yes, it's also karmic as the universal symbol, so it has that spiritual karmic tie. But when I see it, I think of spirit testing your strength or tempting you, specifically if there's certain things or behaviors or thoughts that you're trying to like not really indulge in, or certain things you're trying to separate yourself from. When I see this card, it's very tempting to me, where it's like, okay, Scorpio, you don't want that behavior, you don't want that thing, here you go. Let's see how you do now. So we need to watch out. I don't want to yet say that it's a problem or a situation, but to me, it could easily be a test of strength or a test of determination. So I think that's where it could get a little funky here, but I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Scorpio, please? My God, Spirit Team. What's happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message. which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that moon, shall we? Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to get the Scorpio gang, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's see what's up with that moon. Why is it here? Why is the moon here for Scorpio? Thank you. Huh. Very peculiar. Very, very peculiar. So we have the Emperor in reverse underneath this. This is big Aries energy. It's something that seems too quiet. It's something that either goes quiet or seems too quiet, where it's like, there's like, it's so quiet that it's bothering me, if that makes sense. That is such a peculiar message to get. Now, I will get specific for some of you. Watch out for people that are very controlling. Okay. There might be a warning coming up here about a very specific person, especially with the Three of Pentacles, and now we have the Emperor in play, and now there's a lot of fire coming in. There might be a very specific person that Spirit's like, all right, Scorpio, keep a very close eye on this person, because when I see like the Moon and the Emperor in reverse, it's like all is not what it seems. Somebody might be acting as if they're not controlling something. They might be acting like they're nice, maybe not so much. The Emperor in reverse could sometimes be a cause for concern, right? So aside from it being Aries energy, it represents people that control situations, big boss, my way or the highway. So when I see it in reverse underneath the moon, it's somebody that's acting like they're not doing something, but they really are. Someone that's like manipulating something from a sideline or a go between. That's another vibe I'm getting here, where it's like somebody has someone do their dirty work for them. I'm getting hyper specific here, and I'm not trying to. Um, but aside from those hyper specific energies that I'm starting to pick up on, just be aware. Um, look deeper. There could be situations where spirit just wants you to look beyond the veil, beyond this, like underneath the surface, because there could be more than you're seeing. That's just how it feels to me. Because there's somebody manipulating the situation. I don't want to listen. You know, I'm not an alarmist, but that's just how it feels to me. Like there's more going on. I would say at the smallest, like if we're taking like the lightest message here in the front, it could just represent something that's way too quiet. Whether it's a person, whether it's a situation where it's like, ooh, that got real quiet real quick. Like, why is it so calm? You ever go like outside and it's so quiet that it becomes eerie? That's similar to how this feels to me. Okay, but we're just going to keep moving. So we potentially have a warning about a specific individual, but then there's this eerie silence. Well, let's go in on the Three of Pentacles. Huh. All right, Three of Pentacles. Okay. I don't know if I buy it. I don't know if I buy it. So we have the Page of Pentacles in the upright underneath the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, no, there's nothing going on here. I mean, I will say this for some of you, you might try to like get information from somebody. That's like another vibe. Or I would say if you're trying to get information about something, I wouldn't go to the person directly. Now, I don't want to say gossip or anything like that, but it's like you'd probably have better time getting information from someone not involved in whatever your situation is. I'm getting hyper specific here. So again, only take it if it hits for you. But Page of Pentacles, it's a card of communication, talking, right? This card is what you see is what you get. Same with the Three of Pentacles, where here it's like, oh, this is bothering me. This is too quiet. Someone's manipulating something. Then this energy is like, oh no, everything's perfect. No, nothing like that's happening. Everything is moving how it should. But what you see is what you get. And I don't think I buy it. I really don't think I buy it. So I feel like whatever situations you're dealing with, if you're trying to get information or you're trying to get a better view of what's going on, you'll do better getting information from like other people that aren't directly involved. Hyper specific, only take it if it is. Now, if I were to go positive here, this could represent people that are supportive of you. So, like, I do see this energy that you might have to be aware of, but then I also see an energy that at least looks supportive. I would just be very cautious in general about the people surrounding you. Okay. And again, I'm not trying to make you like all nervous about like your family and stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, just watch how people are acting. Like, if people are acting funny, like, I feel like for some of you, there could be a very specific individual that Spirit wants you to be aware of, because I feel like there's more going on. Like, I feel like a bloodhound. I feel like I'm on a trail. I'm on a scent. Um, let's keep moving. We're going to keep moving, even though I don't want to, even though I want to keep digging into this. It's got my Scorpio placements going because it's like, oh, I catch the scent of something. But let's see what's up with strength. Then we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow. So why is strength here? Okay, good result. Good result for you. It's about getting there, though. All right, so there's a very important thing here about, I don't want to say don't stoop to someone's level. I don't want to say that because that's mean and it implies a lot of stuff. But I feel like you can succeed or come out on top with whatever situation's going on here by just being genuine to yourself. And again, I'm not trying to sound like a self-help person or I'm not trying to sugarcoat things, but when I see strength with the Ace of Cups, it's like, okay, well, if someone is acting in a way that doesn't vibe with you and you think someone's acting wrong and they're morally wrong and they're being shady, you can do the complete opposite and stay true to yourself and still get the better result. That's just how it feels to me, like being straightforward and honest. That's how it feels here on the back end. Um, whether you have people on your side or whether you don't. Now, the Ace of Cups is another card of communication. Notice there's a lot of talking here. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of talking. So I would watch out for gossipers in this time. Um, Again, even though like there's this energy here about getting information from stuff, like just watch out for misinformation, watch out for gossipers. Like that's a very peculiar thing. I wouldn't trust information from people that easily give it either. But I do see you getting a good result. When I see strength in the Ace of Cups, it's like, okay, regardless of how funky this stuff is going up here, the warnings about specific people or people in general, I feel like for you, if you stay steadfast and firm in who you are, how you act, what you accept, what you don't, you can't lose. You can't lose. So I see you coming out on top in the end, but it's just all this funkiness. It's going to be hard to not get trapped up in it. That's how it feels. Like, so watch out for getting pulled into other people's stuff. Um, Maybe it would just be best to just do your own thing, mind your own business too. For some Scorpios, that might just be the best route. Just do your thing. Like, don't even get tied up into this. Let's go through and do a quick recap. So this reading was going off in a lot of different ways and it was getting very specific. So again, only take it if it hits. Check your other placements if necessary. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have the moon with the emperor in reverse. Watch out for people in perceived positions of authority in this time. For another portion of you, it felt eerily quiet. So there could be certain situations where like it seems so quiet, so calm, so chill that it's like making your spidey senses go off. And then I also get this energy of somebody manipulating something where they're not doing it directly. They could be doing it through other people. They could be doing it through other means. There's like a step of separation. There's a buffer. Moving to the middle, I have the Three of Pentacles with the Ace, the Page of Pentacles in the upright, where everything seems calm, everything seems above board, but this could easily be a mask. Now, I do feel for a lot of you, there is energy that supports you, and you could have people on your side, but at the same time, I wouldn't be very trusting of that at the same time. Try your best not to get pulled into other people's stuff in this time. But I will say this, if you are trying to get information about something, you will do your best to not try to speak to someone who's directly involved because you probably wouldn't get it anyway. So I think you could get information from people. Moving to the back end, so just watch people, beware of certain individuals in this time, especially if this is resonating. But on the back end, we have strength with the Ace of Cups. So the best way for you to handle something is just stay firm in who you are. If someone's moving in a way that you don't vibe with, if someone's moving in a dicey kind of way, um, it's best to not go to that level yourself. And everyone knows Scorpio, if they want to go to that level, they'll go to that level. Spirit saying don't, right? Spirit saying like take the high road here. When I see strength in the Ace of Cups, it is you coming out on top because you're doing the opposite of whatever this energy is doing. And for some of you, it might just be best to stay in your own lane and not get pulled into other people's stuff because I feel like stuff could get complicated here. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio gang. And yeah, this I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge; they could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this going here. What do we got in the shadows? What do we have in the shadows for Scorpio? The sun, an energy that does come to light. So just like we saw within the main reading itself, where it's like, all right, well, I mean, your best thing is to just either do your thing or stay firm in who you are as a person. The shadow card is the sun. Okay, and this is very important for a couple different reasons. First off, it's the most positive card in the whole entire tarot deck, big Leo energy. So we do have those connections to the read itself. But aside from the positivity and the source energy that the sun is, it illuminates things, it brings things to the surface. So whereas the moon hides things, uh, stashes things, keeps secrets and buffers and all this, the sun tears all that away. So for some of you, I feel like regardless, there's a good result coming in for you. It might just take some time, but the sun reveals all. So in this time, watch that there could be a lot of different information or people's true colors or things just coming to the surface. When the sun shows up in the shadows, it illuminates all. All right, so that's a very intriguing thing, and it's also positive. So I think either way we look at it, there's a net positive for you. So we're going to put the sun down right there, Scorpio gang. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you'd like to have a little chat with me, you can book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The calendar for August is up, so you could go check out the availability over there. But for the August subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the classic Gilded Tarot Royale. It's beautiful, and it's definitely one of my go-to decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, we have a very easy question this month. Out of all the tarot cards in the deck, which one is your favorite? Is it the one that attaches to your zodiac sign? Is it one where you just like the art? You can put that answer down in the comments and you will be entered to win, my friends. And as usual, the winners will be announced in the community tab at the end of the month. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.